Buried is an interactive story. The plot will change based on the choices you make. The story is broken into 5 chapters. Play straight through, or at your own pace. Enjoy and choose wisely. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. So, hello my fellow dreamers and believers. My name is Devante and welcome to Buried. And now that as I said it, this is an interactive story. And it's a choose your own adventure, and I'm kind of terrified a bit actually trying to click start because it's essentially a horror story, and I'm excited but I'm not excited. All right, here we go. Oh, the ambiance, I can hear it. All right, here we go. It's a lot of reading though, so it's gonna be a long-winded story, so I do apologize for that in the long run. I open my eyes and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened and my head, God, my head hurts. And ringing in my ears, was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I noticed that my hard hat has been thrown off. I looked around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I gotta find the other members of the crew. They could be in danger. Oh, I am gonna forget about the hat and search the crew. I decided that my hat can't wait until I figure out what's going on. I get up and take a look around the logging site. I smell something burning. I don't hear any engines running. Wait, something isn't right. Was it the bulldozer? Maybe the dam overheated for the last time. Maybe the engine finally blew. What a mess. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. The only way to find out, I guess. I walked over to the center of the logging site and I don't like what I see. Alright. I'm going to try to do each one by chapter so that it's more engaging and more interactive in some way. The logging site looks like a bomb hell was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load we had managed to stack on a truck for the day is overturned. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everyone? My head is killing me and this ringing in my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps, nothing. It makes me wonder if I hit my head after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Rogers Haxings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. I own a small logging company and we've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. That's a relief, but it also makes me feel fearful because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what has happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Look at the truck. The hitch is completely broken. It's like it blew off in an explosion or a really bad accident. Had there been an explosion, all the fuel on site has been started on fire, but there's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been working slowly. He only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open and it indicates that he has been taking an early break, but he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but the battery's already running really low. Not that it matters. The reception is crapped out here. Yell out. It's not worth using the batteries. Hey, you guys, where's everyone? Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe. But their names fall flat among the wreckage, and it gets nothing back there other than scared away a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back into the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help. But why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up with them. But with the truck turned over on the side, it looks like I'll be walking. My God, I can't remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that underneath the bulldozer? Oh my god, it's a leg. It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable. Oh my god. It might. Okay. I'm starting to feel a bit antsy. Like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I just can't leave him there. I'll go look. Hey! I yelled. Are you okay? Are you alive? I skipped over the stray logs and wreckage equipment to get closer. Seeing the dozer teeter makes me feel that I should have grabbed my hat. I can see a bit of more leg. The jeans were soaked in blood. I recognized the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it's become that Tony didn't survive. Pull the body out or leave the body alone? I'll leave the body alone. It's no use. It's not worth it. There's nothing I can do for him now. I started to back away slowly. In shock, I stumbled back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. I banged my head hard on one of the logs as I fell. Instantly, I felt a massive lump forming on the back of my head. Damn, why didn't I grab my hard hat? But what hurts more is the realization that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up my throat, and I don't know if it was scream or throw up, but I had to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there's too many questions that still go unanswered. Shit, I can't believe this. Tony, he had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son baseball team. He was the hardest worker I've ever had and one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank, and Joe. I have to find out what's happened here. Oh shit, I feel intense now. Oh, I'm feeling tense. I'm not trying to feel tense, but this game. Alright, here we go. As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears, it's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds and sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder, is this my ears or is something else? This silence off there is creepy, and there's scream, like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it, I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't seem to be a breeze or rustles leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before I ever even noticed the pain in my knees. I must have heard it during the what? Accident? Or wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground, motionless, about 30 feet away. He's motionless, so I don't know. Walk up. He's just sitting there, not moving. I walk up slowly next to him. Dennis, hey man, can you hear me? I talked on his shoulder. He looks up at me from the ground, clearly come out of a daze. Yeah, Rogers, I hear you, he says. Dennis is built like a wrestler, and he has a tough personality to match. But in this moment, he looks disoriented and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usually confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? He asks. I don't want him to tell him about Tony, but he has to be aware. So maybe he has some insight of what happened. I'll say, don't worry, the crew is missing. Don't know, the crew is missing. Missing, Dennis says. Where do you think they went? I'm not sure, I said, but it has me plenty freaked out. Something's not right here. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods, and as he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned, the dozer too, I said, wiping my forehead. You okay? I asked. Yeah, just shaking up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I ever had. While he and I had always been on good terms, we've never been particularly close. I've always respected him though. Sure, he's come to work a few times looking like he had been a bar fight the night before, but I've also seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur that he played with Tony's kids while they were waiting for their dad to finish up his shift. It's then when it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. I'm not sure I want to rattle him with news of Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on, but he has the right to know. I have to tell him. I feel like I have to tell him. Hmm. I'll tell him. That's a oof. You upfront with Dennis about Tony. Dennis's eyes fixated on me, startled. He was crushed under the dozer, I said. He was crushed under the dozer, I said. Dennis paused for a moment, like he was trying to understand what I said. His eyes narrowed and his bottle lip quivered. Shit, he says. I can tell that he was fighting back tears. He and Tony had been tight, almost like brothers. Hey, he asked quickly, if I was trying to escape the reality of Tony's death. Did you see that light? No, I said. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger, he says. It was like this flare of white light. It came right out of the ground like an explosion. So there was an explosion, I said. Maybe it was some equipment, or this was no equipment, Dennis interrupted, agitated. This huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. Where did it go? Wait, I forgot where it went. It just shot up into the sky until it was out of sight. When? I'm not sure yet, he answered, but I had finished about 10 trees for the day, and it was about the top one, and that's when it happened. You were almost done with 10 trees, I asked? Yeah, he said, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take a lunch break until I was done. And that's when the light blew up. Why? You don't believe me? I believe you. You believe Tony Dennis's story? He saw what he saw. I think to myself, he had no reason to lie about this. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, he says. But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We both stand up and started heading towards the road. It isn't until we started moving that he sees Dennis. I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through the blue work shirt. There's spatters of it here and there, but there's also very large red spots that makes me worried. How did you get injured? How did you get that injury? I'm not sure, Dennis replied. I must have gotten thrown or hurt somewhere from that light. It's then I noticed that the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Hey, I said, stopping. Did you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I ask the next question, and he just nods. So I thought it was just me, he says. He looks out of the sorts and uncertain. I never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. Wait, so this is about the noise, right? It's freaking me out. I'm sure I sound scared, but I don't really care. I look at Dennis and see that my confusion and fear has seeped into him. And is that disappointment in his expression as well? I think so. As if he expects me to be stronger, to assure him that they were fine and nothing out there ordinary is happening. We both started moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frankie? Dennis asked. I know he had a cell on him today. Not yet. Luckily I still have some battery left. I pulled out my cell and called Frank. Frank, happy I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. It rings, but it doesn't pick up. But then I heard his phone go off behind a stack of logs. Dennis and I quick give each other a look. As the phone goes to voicemail, I hang up, and we walk behind the log to find Frank's phone on the ground, abandoned. We look around for Frank, but find nothing, not a single trace. It is then that I notice something really odd, a 10-foot wide hole in the ground, right near where the phone was. There was no stray pile of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cut into the earth, wide but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted, no shovels or diggers used. Dennis walked over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw that light from the ground. He mused to himself. I say nothing. My mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, that ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe here. But that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. So it's either we investigate the sound or we try to leave. But the main road is up. We agreed to get away from here, But then I want to know where Frank is. We might not be safe. Okay, I need to think. So my main thing I will do in this situation is try to avoid as much stuff as possible. However, if it's someone that I care about and I want to make sure that they're okay, I try to go and search for them. It's clear that Rogers and Dennis care about Frank and Joe. But is it really worth the risk to try to find out, figure out what's going on? Let's go investigate. You decide to check out the sound. Something's not right, I said. And if there's some mechanical noise like that, you think someone is out here? He asked. Maybe. I think we should at least check it out. They might be able to help. Hey, yeah, you go right ahead, he says with a grin. I'll be here waiting for you. Better hurry though. Dennis doesn't look like he's in for the best shape to be trouncing around the forest, but we need some answers right away, too. I'll leave Dennis here. I'll leave him here. You decide to leave Dennis behind. Alright, I'll go alone, I say. You stay here and try to hang on. I'll try to find anyone. I give Dennis a final look, says that this could be a big mistake. He looks at me as terrified as me now, making a moaning in his throat. I turn away and start moving through the woods quickly. With Dennis all alone, I need to find the crew and to get help right away. Every tree out here looks exactly the same. I grew up in the country and tried to find my way around the forest without much of a trouble. But I started to feel a little disoriented. I'm leaning against a tree where I see something that has no business being here. Our logging crew has been out of here for 3 weeks, and it seems impossible that we could have missed it. Ooh, I might have made a mistake. But Dennis, look, thing is though with Dennis, I don't know if he's really had a bad injury. He had a bad injury, so I just had to deal with it. Okay, this is getting intense. I feel so tense. It's a small building, sort of like a mixture of shack and a bunker. It looks to be made of concrete, but moss, weeds, and plain old erosion all make it look sort of mystical. It looks like something out of a demented version of a medieval fantasy movie. Part of me wants to go back to Dennis. Seeing this eerie building in the middle of nowhere makes me yearn for company. It makes me feel like a little kid that is spooked of that old abandoned house at the end of the street. Plus, that ringing noise that happens every once in a while, I think is coming from this building. I rack in my brain trying to remember if I've seen this before, but I haven't. I'm sure of it. I've never been here until now. Is Frank in there or Joe? They can't be, but then again, they aren't anywhere out here. Looking inside the building is certainly more appealing than walking through the woods for a mile with an aching knee. I forgot he did have his knees messed up. I find that a little scared when I take my first few steps towards the building. The first thing I see is a sturdy metal door closed shut. Knock. I'll knock. I feel a bit strange. I rap onto the door a few times. It creaks and echoes with a tough metallic sound. After hearing no response, I turn the handle and open it. It's a surprise that I encounter no resistance. The door opens easily, even though I hear the click of a lock. Looking closer, I see that it locks from the outside. Is someone trying to keep somebody from leaving? Stretched out in front of me is a small interior to match the outside. The building is totally empty. There's no concrete floor and dingy, featureless walls. There are no windows, giving me the place even more isolated feel. Still, I hear the ringing noise, so coming from somewhere in here. It's louder now, no prominence. The interior seems confined at first, but a small set of concrete steps leads about 5 feet down, revealing a long corridor. Ooh, shit, my luck. Ooh. Oh my god, this ambience, it's making me uneasy. Okay, it's a massive corridor. In fact, like I'm in some kind of building underground. It seems to go on forever. This corridor is quite dark, lit only by emergency lights, spaced every 10 feet or so. I assume it's now underground because this corridor extends far beyond the limits of this building I entered. I realized that someone might not appreciate finding me here. Tiptoe quietly. I feel like a ghost, like I truly have no business being here. I move slowly, my feet not making a sound. If anyone in here, I want to make sure they don't hear me. I tiptoe forward as softly as I can. Just coming to view at the end of the hall is another set of concrete steps leading further down to the depths of the earth. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead into the concrete stairs, wondering just how far down they go. I approach the stairs as I take my first step down, getting the sense that I'm crossing some sort of line here. They may be well to be no going back. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Yee, okay. As I head down the stairs, I know that they look aged. That damned ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down the cellar of a haunted house, the light becoming scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I feel the temperature drop. As I keep moving down the stairs, my mind seems to lock in on the unknown fate of the rest of my crew. Frank is married and I've met his wife a few times. A nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. Joe. Well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old and is considered a community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he has been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Out here in the woods, regardless of their backgrounds or ages, I'm responsible for them. Whether frequenting the local bar after a long day or while away from their families on this risky job, I'm responsible for them. Maybe I can still find them and still get to hear Frank sing in a deep, baritone voice after a few too many drinks. I slowly stick my foot out in search of the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as a very powerful fear seized me. I expected a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing me into my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. I'm closer to the source of the ringing noise now. The door sits securely in the wall, looking just out of place down here as I feel a shiver of light seeps through the illuminating the area. The door is what looks like a panel and lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print above the panel says Level 1 entrance gate, transport sector. There is a button with no label. Expect the panel. The panel looked like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind. Each label meant a communication some status. Lockdown engaged. Experiment in progress. Shutdown engaged. Those are all appeared to be off, but one of the phases has been a slowly blinking red light next to it. It only powered light in the whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? I slowly push the door open and more light pours in as I walk through. As I do, that ringing or beeping or whatever the hell is getting a little louder. The door closes behind me with a click. At this moment, I can't help but think about Dennis back up on the surface. What's going on up there? Why did the bulldozer turn over? When was that? What was it that knocked us out? I hope I haven't left them in a dangerous situation. I'd been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It just become background noise. I take a few more steps and I can now see where I am. It makes no sense, yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes of muted colors of metal are easy to identify, but it doesn't belong here. And that's chapter 1. Oh my god, okay. So that's the first chapter. Damn, this game is gonna be stress. Respect the dead. You and 30% of players left Tony's body where you found it. Secrets. You and 76% of players were upfront with Dennis about Tony's death. Trust. You and 55% told Dennis you believe his story. Curiosity. You and 75% of players went to investigate the ringing sound. Teamwork. You and 36% of players decided to leave Dennis behind. Oh my god. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm gonna end this video here. We're gonna continue on with chapter 2 because this I want to just continue on see where it goes and just see what I gotta do. So thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed, please like, share, and comment down below. Be sure to let me know what you think about the video, because I don't know, this game, I know about this game from Mark watching it years ago, but I wanted to play for myself and see what are some of the choices that I will make in the game. So thanks again, and as always guys, stay dreaming.